What is going on, everybody? Happy Wagon Wednesday, BTL episode 150 piece. Hold the fry. Don't need it. Don't want it. Don't got it. Don't have it. All we got is a Zep 150. Jovan, happy Wednesday. How we feeling?
Feeling fantastic.
Good.
Eat.
Yeah. I I wouldn't be feeling as good if the Fresno Bulldogs didn't come through last night. I'll be honest. Yesterday was a tough day, but they came through for the boys and they saved the coin. That was huge.
Massive.
That was huge. Somehow escaped up units yesterday when I think pretty much every other person I spoke to really was not up units yesterday. It was a tough day overall. Squares, sharps, everybody got crushed. Ended up 3-2. That plays, we move. Jovan, hope you survived yesterday, and it was always Pop Isaacs. Always.
It was. Shout out.
Very, very surgical.
Yeah.
Very surgical.
My Fresno team was definitely the BC blow. Yeah. Crazy ass dog.
You're good, bro. Does he have a pick?
See. Maybe we'll let him get in the prize picks board and then we'll get surgical. But.
Okay. Awesome. We got the Gen squad coming in here. Sure. What's up, squad?
Love it.
Yeah, but Pop Isaacs, man, he went absolutely bonkers. What is good, squad? How we doing? How we feeling?
So fun. Here, let me get the dog back.
Yeah, you're good. But damn, Pop Isaacs, he got fucking. Damn it. He got fouled there at the end.
He did.
He got fouled there at the end, and they didn't call shit.
No.
Yeah. But my God, Kansas looks pretty good. I mean, to go into Lubbock and shoot like that, incredible. And I mean, O'Banner, he fucking made some crazy shots, crazy baskets. He did everything he could.
He was the only reason that they were back in that game at the end. That dude was
just banging threes, making great plays. He's awesome. He's awesome. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. I am so impressed by this Kansas team. I'm so impressed. They lose Brown. They lose their big man, right? A lot of people are saying who's going to be the guy who's going to step up, right? A lot of questions about Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson's been incredible. And I know he only had like 14 last night, but he's awesome.
Yeah,
they shot the shit out of the ball.
He's crazy.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
They shot the shit out of the ball. And man, Grady Dick is really good too. And he's only a freshman. That kid's hit a 3 in every single game he's played in, which is pretty impressive.
He really didn't impress me last night. It was more DeJuan Harris.
He had like 25 points, didn't he?
Yeah, 5 for 5 from 3. Any time that dude was just open in the corner, it was automatic. He was the guy. Really, Grady Dick didn't do anything until he had like a little stretch in that game. So, which I kind of expected. He's a freshman going into Lubbock, so I don't expect him to have his best performance. But Jalen Wilson and DeJuan Harris really, and McCullough in his little revenge game didn't do anything either.
Carr didn't do shit. Yeah, we should have taken his unders.
Yeah,
that was on us. That was on us. Charleston first half is a nuke. I don't know, brother. I don't know. But yeah, the Wagon Charleston plays today, and they're ranked. Deservingly so.
Yeah.
We got a lot of good games today. We got a hell of a college basketball card. An absolute gem of a CBB card. So we'll be doing a lot of college basketball talk today. If there's any NBA or NHL plays you like, let me know as we go on.
Yeah,
and then obviously we got some unfinished business to do with the squad ride after that L last night.
Yep.
That's on us.
That we do.
But there's some gross lines. There's some ranked teams playing each other. There's some lines that remind me of the Kentucky line last night that did not pay.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people won't be going back to the well. I think I will be. I'll give you guys a hint. Arkansas. I guess it's not really a hint. That's the answer. But Arkansas laying 7.5 with Nick Smith Jr. out and with Brasile out for the season. What the hell's going on with that line against Mizzou? That's suspicious.
It's interesting for sure.
It's especially interesting when 80% of bets and handle are on Mizzou and that line hasn't even moved a speck. Weird.
Yeah.
Damn, Peterman's starting for the Bears on Sunday. Okay. And damn, I guess Heineke's starting for the Commanders. That makes sense. Good move, Ron. Smart. That doesn't make a lick of sense, to be completely honest with you. But whatever. We're eliminated. Who gives a hoot, right? Brazile. Yeah, he's out for the year. That's a bad injury for them because he was starting to heat up. What do you want to do? You want to dive into some of these CBB games? You want to dive into some of these?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Let's cut the shit. Let's hop in. All right. College of Charleston plays in 4 hours, so the first game. Good for them. They're playing at NCA&T. They're only laying 11.5 against a pretty crummy team. I'd say the line is a speck short.
Yeah, it looks really, really short. And this is a pretty weird game, the fact they're going to NCA&T, which is a really strange, tough place to play it. When I've seen conference play start for a couple of these teams in past years. And this is right out of the gate, kind of a weird place to play. And you're seeing that 11.5 number that looks really weird for an NCA&T team who has not been good by any stretch outside of their little, I guess you could call win as a big underdog at Hofstra, their last game. But other than that, they've been pretty horrendous against any decent competition they faced and against bad competition too. So that 11.5 is very, very scary for the wagon, I think.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere near this game with a 10-foot pole, especially not after the second half we saw from Charleston against Towson, where they look like shit. Could that carry into today? Potentially, maybe. I mean, Charleston snuck out of that with barely a win, didn't cover. This line is short. Like you said, I've been hearing that today too, that NCA&T is a tough place to play. I'm pretty sure it's an HBCU.
Yeah.
I think this is probably their best home game they're going to have this season, best team coming in, I'm assuming.
Can't remember the last time they
haven't looked at their
ranked team. It's probably never happened.
They probably have never had a ranked team play at home, literally, or at least not in our lifetimes. This is their Super Bowl. I like the splits for NCA&T. The line is short. I don't like what I saw out of Charleston in the second half of that last game, and it's their first game being ranked.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's the first time anyone on that team has been ranked ever.
Yeah,
and we know what happens when that happens. So I definitely lean NCA&T. I don't know if I'm going to take them. Are you looking to take them?
Maybe. This is definitely one where I'm going to wait out and see if we get a little move. I know it's starting to move up, I guess, some places, which is a good sign for Charleston. You're starting to see some 12s pop up here and there on local books or whatever it may be. But if it starts creeping down to that 11, 10.5 part towards game time, might be a little convinced.
Yeah. That would be the only way I play this is if it gets to like 10.5 or 10.
Definitely.
But can you see the screen? Can you see the splits?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of action on Charleston's.
Yep.
Especially on the ML. Should be a safe late piece. Shit. All right. What about Nova and Georgetown? I mean, you're seeing Nova come off of 2 losses to UConn, a game they should have lost, and then Marquette, a game they were favored to win. But, I mean, to be honest with you, from what I've seen from these two teams, Marquette is the better team than Nova right now. Georgetown's in piss. Shocker. I don't really understand how they just continue to let Pat Ewing get away with it, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand it, but I mean, I guess it's hard to fire that guy, right?
Pretty much.
He's pretty much the greatest player he's one of the greatest players to come through there. A lot of great players to come through there. But they're at home. They're only getting 9.5 points here, although they did open up at 8-point dogs. I thought the opener was weird. I'm off it now with the move, almost 2 points towards Nova, and Nova's also coming off of some losses as well. So no thank you on Georgetown here, especially with Nova coming off some losses. They're going to try to win this game by as many points as possible and not let off the gas because that's what Villanova does.
Yeah, if they weren't coming off of those couple losses, which, I mean, I'm not going to say they looked particularly pitiful, obviously going into the UConn and playing a game, which was decently close throughout. I'm not going to say they looked terrible, but if they were coming off a couple better performances, maybe I'd feel a little more compelled to take Georgetown, but it's not the situation, unfortunately, so I'll stay off too.
Okay. What about Auburn and Georgia? We got 22 ranked Auburn coming into, 10-3 Georgia. Who would have thunk it? Huh?
Yeah.
Who would have thought? I mean, what the hell? This Auburn team has been up and down. This Auburn team, hasn't really covered many games, but they're still 11-2. I feel like they've snuck by a lot of games with 2 tough losses to USC and Memphis, 2 games where they were, I think, only like -1, -2 in those games that they probably should have won or at least split. They didn't, whatever. This is not, your typical Auburn team. We know Wendell Green is a beast, but it's like you're going to rely on that kid to be your main scorer, or that's trouble in my opinion. Now, this Georgia team, this is the best Georgia team, best start they've had since I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't believe in them, but they do have some players who are decent, and they've won 3 games in a row, right? They're coming off a close win against Rider, but they beat the Irish. They beat, a scrappy Chattanooga team in a sharp spot. Chattanooga was. Didn't matter. They covered that game and won, and they turned on the Jets and played pretty damn well at the end of that game too. So I'm not really in the realm to want to fade this Georgia team. I'm kind of just sitting back and enjoying the show and seeing if they are legit and if they are changing this program and if they aren't in piss like they almost are every year. And I'll tell you right now, this Cario Aquendo kid with the fucking ponytails, he's been really good for Georgia. And I'm talking like he's been the guy. So I'm not fading them. I think the spread is short for sure. I don't like the move from -6.5 to -7.5 there for Auburn. And Georgia's a public dog, which is weird. So I'm off this game. Are you taking anything?
And I've seen that change too within the last, hour and a half, 2 hours. It's kind of been as
that change.
That money's been coming in and they've become a public dog. That's when the line moved up. And yes, we know what Mattress Mac did. We don't have to talk about it. Might be cake, but
you guys are gonna make Jovan cry.
Yeah. Especially when we get to further down the line of the college basketball slate too. But as the money's been coming in on Auburn or coming in on Georgia, the line started moving towards Auburn, like our man saying in the chat too. So I don't know. I don't believe in this Georgia team, but you know how I feel about Auburn, especially going on the road. Maybe this is just one where they roll, coming off of a pretty flat performance at home against Florida, their last game. So definitely wouldn't be touching Georgia today.
Yeah, no chance. Do I think the spread is a little short? Yeah, but with the move, no thanks. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. See if Auburn can pull out another squeaker of a win and see if Georgia's legit, right? What about Penn State and Michigan? Penn State has been, one of the biggest overperformers I've seen this season, straight up. They're sitting at 11-3 for them. That's like being undefeated, right? With that basketball program. Michigan has seen better days. They're 8-5, but they're coming off a huge win against Maryland that probably looks better than it actually is. I just don't think Maryland is really that good. Yeah, I know Hunter Dickinson is a bitch. I agree. I don't know why he keeps chirping all his opponents on his little pod thing or whatever. I think that's a little weird, especially when they can't defend themselves. But and if I was a player on an opposing team, I would probably be playing that in front of the rest of the team.
Exactly.
But I'm not on the team, so I don't know why I'm acting like I am. We move. Anyways, I'm not betting on Michigan. I think they're one of the most inconsistent, toughest teams to really bet on in college basketball. I generally try to stay away unless it was a spot like the other day when they were barely a favorite against a fraudulent Maryland team. I just had to hammer because I knew Dickinson was going to go off. And I also don't know how good this Penn State team really is. This is a feel-out game for me with both teams. I don't want any action in it. We're seeing the bets. Where are they sitting at here? Where are they sitting at? Let's see. We're seeing Michigan's pretty public, which probably has to do with the line moving from 2.5 to 4.5, right?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Michigan's going to be the favorite in this spot at home. It's Michigan against Penn State. But is Michigan the better team here? Is the wrong team favored? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know, because I kind of agree with you. I do think Michigan's been overperforming a little bit because I don't think the talent's there. I think it's been a little overblown of the fact that they're going into, the start of Big Ten play. Obviously, they go out and blow up Maryland, play close with a UNC team at the end of non-con that's not very good. So I don't know if I want to take them, but it's kind of the same situation with this Penn State team who's also been overperforming, which I do think they're good. I think they're a much improved team from years past, and they've been playing well recently as well. So I kind of want to stay away from this game because Michigan is so public, but I would not go near Penn State. That's not what I'm doing today.
Okay.
I'm good.
You know what I want to go near?
What?
Georgia Tech.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
Why is that?
Because that line's a little short, just like a lot of Miami's lines seem to be.
Yeah, is Miami this year's Providence? Those pieces of shit.
They might be. They just might be.
Have you watched any Miami games this year? Because the ball bounces their way, just like it does with Providence.
100%. And I mean, it's scary because Nigel Pack is actually in uniform now. The last couple games,
he's playing. Yeah, he's here.
Yeah, scary team to fade, but
the paychecks have been cashed, and he is officially here and playing and present. He's been really good recently. Yeah,
100%.
Hey, I talked about it before the season, right? Richest locker room in college basketball, at least legally, as far as we know, over the table, right? With the boosters down there, they're paying these kids millions of dollars to play this year. They've got a car dealership owner down there who's Buddy Garrity 2.0, paying the shit out of these kids, and they're here. They're playing. They're a good team. We know they're a very well-coached team. Larinaga a dog. Miami's been good for years, right? Ball bounces their way. But, Jovan, this is another system play. Just like Pitt was last night, but I was too much of a pussy to take it. It's a team at home with a winning record between +3 and +9 against a ranked team. And it hits. It pays. And honestly, like I should have responsibly bet Pitt last night for a unit, even though the line moved, even though they were a public dog, because it's a system play that hits over 65% of the time. Why not play it every single time? You have to. So that's on me. I should have played Pitt, not gotten scared off. If you guys had Pitt yesterday, good fucking bet. And that game meant more for them than most, if you know what I mean. With the whole, NFL situation going on. Give me Georgia Tech here. I can't really give you basketball reasons why. But the spread tells me that the luck runs out for Miami tonight. That's what it tells me.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to ignore the line, hard to ignore the splits, everything. So there's not much on the basketball side for me either. You just got to make sure you can avoid Nigel Pack and the Wong show. So I think it might, judging by lines and everything, his lines are a little higher than they've been in a couple of past games, and he's getting bumped everywhere too. So maybe it's Wong instead of Pack today. Pack has an off game. That could play in your hands well.
Well, we know they're both not going to go ghost mode.
No, one of them's going to show up. Hopefully not both.
I like Georgia Tech's coach. I like that they're at home. I like the splits. I like that 80% of bets and handle are on the spread. And, yep, I like that too. Thank you, JXQX. I'm going to throw another unit on it now.
I'm getting convinced.
And, hey, it's not personal, but whenever a fan of a team fades their team, you got to take their team. As simple as that. Write that one down. All right? That's another system. I love Georgia Tech. Are you not playing them yourself? But
I'm leaning that way. I'm getting pretty close. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
I'm getting close.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I did convince Jovan to bet on Fresno State last night. So
You did. There's a little late move, then I got on board. Thankfully. Good play.
Okay.
And
sorry, I got text. Okay, Georgia Tech. This could end up being a POD for me. If the line doesn't move, I want to watch it for another couple hours. But this could end up being a POD. And yes, Handyman, I know they suck. We know they suck. Nobody's up here saying Georgia Tech's good.
Yeah.
It's just a profitable system that you have to play, right? It's like you don't lay. You're not laying fucking Commander. You're not laying Eagles -7.5 against the Manders. A couple months ago. It's a divisional game. These games are close, right? This is an ACC battle. These teams know each other. These games are generally weirdly close. That's just how it goes a lot of times, and that's what's going to happen again today. Give me that.
Yeah.
All right, here's another weird one. A lot of weird ones today. I'm scared. We got Oklahoma's as a favorite at home against newly ranked Iowa State. We've talked about the newly ranked shits. Now, this isn't College of Charleston. Iowa State's definitely been there before, right? But they're ranked for the first time this season. They're at 25, the cursed 25 spots. And Oklahoma's coming off a loss to Texas, right, where they lost by 1 in a tough game. I like Oklahoma. I lean Oklahoma here in this spot as the favorite at home against a ranked team. I need to check and see where the splits are at this point. It's looking like Iowa State's a public doggy. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I'll probably be on Oklahoma in this spot, a team that really got off to a tough start offensively to start the season, a team that we know plays defense. Same with Iowa State. You think this total is – you think it's weird that it's moving up a little bit? I mean, the points should be coming at a premium here. Why is the total going up?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a tick high. I think this is probably around where it should have opened anyway. It's kind of what I was expecting, so I'm not too thrown off quite yet. But
okay.
This line definitely reeks after Iowa State's performance against Baylor, which, I mean, if you look at that game, I think it looks a lot more impressive on paper than it really was because Baylor was just terrible. They went through a cold stretch, which Iowa State, credit to them, took advantage of, but that game was not nearly as decisive as it looks in the box score. So I think this Iowa State team, both these teams are not good. I mean, let's get that out of the way. Not great. There's Big 12 teams that can really hang with anybody, but Oklahoma being favored, and the line is starting to move back to Iowa State, which is a little worrisome. But then this opener is pretty wild to begin with, so I will go with that. And I saw somebody say Grant Sherfield masterclass. You're going to need that. If he doesn't go off, I don't trust Groves brothers. They're just not good either, to be real with you. If it's not Grant Sherfield, Oklahoma's getting blown out.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if the line keeps moving towards Iowa State, I'll probably be off.
Yeah.
People in chat are saying to move from -4 to it's at 3 on some books. So that scares me a little bit for sure.
A little bit.
And it is Oklahoma, right? We know that's a good program, so it's not that weird of a line, but it is a team, a favorite against a ranked team, which definitely catches my interest. But they're also at home. It's also Oklahoma, right? They're also 9-4. It's not that weird, but it's definitely a little weird.
A little bit.
I got another system play for you, and it involves the Blue Devils, and I'm scared. NC State +4.5 at home against Duke. Hate that the line moved from 3.5 to 4.5. Hate that NC State, I think, is public. At least they were earlier. Let's check it out now. If I can find it.
Back down. But not public, not looking public, but the fact that we're seeing 5.5s hanging now is really concerning.
What am I, an idiot?
Yes, it's in the middle.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Ooh.
There we go.
All right. Well, I like these splits better. Okay. Now the line has moved towards Duke, and are we seeing the freshmen back? I think they returned in the last game, right? Whitehead and whatever the fuck his name was. Who's their other really good freshman who missed a couple games?
It was Lively out too, right?
Lively, yeah. They're back. They were back last game. They should be good to go. In this game, it's another system play. Team with a winning record at home between +3 and +9 against a ranked team. I don't like the move. It is what it is. I mean, it's Duke. They're public. The line's probably moving because the bets are coming in on them, right? I'm not surprised to see it move a point. If it moves more, I'll be concerned for sure.
It needs to chill out.
If it moves more, I agree. And look, I don't love fading Duke, but early on in the season, on the road with how young this team is, I'm not saying NC State is, as electric as Krzyzewskiville and Duke, but this is a rivalry game. There's going to be people there, right? And it's NC State. A lot of those kids are local, so they'll be there. They'll be packing that place, and it's Duke, right? Duke gets everyone's best every game. That's how it goes. Everyone fucking hates them. So you're going to get maximum efforts. You're going to get a crowd at least a little bit, and you're going to get, honestly, a decent NC State team. It's coming off a loss. I like the spot. I really hope the line stops moving. If it does, I'll be on NC State for sure, but Yeah, they haven't covered in their last, 3 games, haven't covered in 4 or 5. They're not good against the spread this year, and they're coming off a loss to Clemson. So I like the spot for NC State here. I do.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm very cautiously keeping an eye on, it's touching 5.5 now. Really do not want us to see 6s or, God forbid, 6.5s come tip off. So keep it an eye, but got to play it too.
Yep. And hey, the line moved towards UVA 2 points last night. Big name UVA, just like the line's moving here with Duke, right? Yep. And that still hit too. Pitt went outright. So, the line movement's great, and we use it a lot, and we should use it, but it doesn't mean everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not surprising to see the line move towards Duke, but yeah, let's hit the brakes, right? Let's stop moving here. Historically, it's a close matchup. I mean, yeah, these guys are rivals. They're right down the street from each other, right? But I mean, let's not act like Duke.
I don't know about close matchups.
Let's not act like Duke hasn't pretty much dominated the series the
last couple matchups. Duke's won by 15, 16, 19, and then there was one that NC State finally won the blowout. Then we're back to another 16-point loss. So let's relax.
Honestly, if anything, I'd say the exact opposite. I'd say that they're all blowouts.
Yeah, they're all blowouts. There's not one in single digits in their last.
Could not be more wrong, brother. But that's okay. You know what? I'm wrong. I'm wrong sometimes too. All right. We need some nuts on tape plays. Corey, we'll get there. All right. I really like NC State. If they stop moving, are you going to be on them? That line stops moving? Okay.
Yeah. Got to.
All right. How about Rhode Island? How about Rhode Island laying 2.5 to a really good Fordham team? Now, I hate that Fordham's coming off a loss. I hate that it's, a historically good program in Rhode Island against the new guys, right? Fordham. And this Fordham team is good. They're the better team. There's no doubt about it. Fordham is better. Why the fuck is Rhode Island the favorite here? I don't know.
Yeah, it's strange. I just don't want anything. Don't want anything to do with Rhode Island because I mean, Rhode Island. They've had a lot of weird lines. They haven't worked out because this is a Rhode Island team that everybody remembers from their tournament days, and they're really good. I think that was like peak that one year they played Oklahoma. They were a 10 seed, 9 seed, maybe whatever it was. They've had a bunch of weird lines. They haven't worked. Fordham's been quite the opposite. Their team has been pretty disrespected by the lines. Sometimes it's worked, sometimes it hasn't. They've been good against the spread, if I remember correctly. 8-6, not terrible. I just don't want anything to do with this game. And Jen is right. I look at this game pretty much the same way as Eastern Michigan because we're fading some kind of name, whether it's Imani Bates or just this URI program, who's getting a lot of respect for no reason, and I don't care to get involved.
Yeah, this could definitely be Eastern Michigan 2.0. For sure. I will say, by far, the biggest fake sharp play of the day is Rhode Island today, and everyone's been talking about it. We've seen it all over the feed. We've seen it everywhere. Rhode Island is the fake sharp play. Everyone's saying it, and that's also exactly what happened with Fresno State last night.
Yeah.
Everyone said that.
You're not wrong. Wrong.
We'll see.
Hey, if I can get convinced by some pitches or some more fake sharp comments, because I mean, the fake sharp comments are honestly what really got me to like BC even more throughout the day. Everybody's saying the same thing about that, so could be convinced.
Okay. I mean, if that line keeps moving, might not have a choice. All right. Any of these other mid-major games starting up at 7-ish? I don't want to skip over any before we keep moving, but are there any that you're seeing that you like?
There's a weird one that really has been sticking out to me because the line's been bouncing back and forth. Elon against UNC Wilmington. That's been catching my eye because it was initially 9.5 up to 10.5, maybe 11 some places, and now it's back down to 10 most places. UNC Wilmington, I mean, I know you've seen this song and dance before. They're an absolute wagon against the spread. They have been for a couple of years, and they are this year. 10 of 3, covered 9 of 10, and this Elon team is 2-13, just terrible. They're god awful. They do play some low scoring close games, but I don't understand why the spread is so short compared to some of the other lines I'm seeing from Elon. I mean, they're 11.5 point underdogs against a Drexel team that I could probably score 5 of me, score more points in that offense. And I was looking at, this is kind of pretty similar to the Notre Dame team total. UNCW minus 125 to this under 72.5, which when they have gone under that, it hasn't been great for them. So this is kind of another super weird situation with them going on the road to Elon, which not that it gives them any sort of advantage, but it's definitely a weird environment to go play in. Maybe this is just a weird game where dumb shit happens.
Yeah, this looks like a game that, could bust UNC Wilmington's resume. This looks like a Q4 loss, is what it looks like to me. Seriously, that line makes no fucking sense. And I'm with you. I'm looking at their past games, way fatter spreads. I don't know why this one's only a 10, especially with the way UNC Wilmington's been playing. It really doesn't make a lick of sense.
Not much.
And you guys know we pretty much go in order of time, so we have not gotten to the later games. Okay. Boots on ground at Baylor tonight. We'll get to that game too. Though Jovan probably doesn't want to, but we will.
No, I really don't.
Okay. I like George Mason on the road. I don't know if I'm going to play them or not, but I want to fade the Bonnies any chance I can, especially coming off of a outright win as a dog by 20 points to a trendy UMass team. I like George Mason's coach. I love their coach. I think this program is going to be getting better for the next couple of years in the A10. And they got Odoro, who's a beast, and he should grub against St. Bonaventure, who pretty much doesn't really have a good big man. So it's a basketball brain play. I don't think that George Mason is very public. I want to double check. I don't think they are, though.
Yeah, let's take a look. I mean, Oduro should own that matchup. I've been looking to see if there's any prize picks lines you're going to put up throughout the day. I want his PRA, whatever it is, because I think it goes one of two ways. I think he, in this game, is either going to be just dominant against their big because he's not very physical, he's not very strong, or maybe he gets, tempered a little bit by the big and he gets his teammates involved, which he's really good at to start. So whatever it is, that offense is going to flow through Oduro as it normally does. And if they're going to come out and win this game or even keep it close, he's going to have to do quite a bit.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Stay posted. I want to make sure that line doesn't flip or anything. We got a couple hours.
Yeah, for sure.
Might be on that, though, for sure. You taking anything in VCU and Duquesne? Two decent A10 teams that need to get a win to start out the season kind of right in the A10?
Nothing for me there.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. It's tough. Duquesne being a favorite against VCU, just saying that out loud is crazy, but Duquesne's just been better. They just have. They've been very impressive. Day Grant. It's been great.
Yeah, Day.
He is him. All right. Making sure I'm not skipping over any juicy lines here. Let's see. A lot of ball sack states today. It is what it is.
Yeah. So it comes with a bigger slate. No.
Why is Eastern Tennessee -7 against anyone? Why do they get so much respect?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. It is starting to come back down a little bit, as it probably should, but I don't know. I can't do it.
It doesn't make any sense why they keep getting respect. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little strange.
I don't know. Okay. Well, what about St. Louis and UMass? This is the game that people were asking about in chat. Noah Fernandez, obviously back, right? St. Louis has sucked ass this year. Been really disappointing. One of my dark horses for the tournament in March. But they've been pretty ass to start the year. I mean, 9-5, great, but they should be better than that. I've been disappointed with what I've seen out of St. Louis, the Billikens, and I think UMass is pretty fraudulent. I think Frank Martin's not that great of a coach. There, I said it. And I think it's the Noah Fernandez show. And I think it's not enough. And I think you could buy low on St. Louis here. And I think UMass, for some reason, still gets mad respect. And the Billikens being a favorite on the road going into UMass, team with the same record, I think is telling. And maybe the Billikens get back on track. tonight.
Yeah, 100% with you. If this is true, though, that would not be great.
Let me see.
Don't know if I want to buy that, but
Who are they getting back today?
yeah, need to hear that. Need to hear that for sure. But we move. What are the ones people want to talk about? Drake, Southern Illinois. What are your thoughts on that game?
Ooh, Perkins is back today. Hold on, we gotta.
Perkins. That's a little big of a deal.
Yeah. He's available. He's back. Yeah. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm all St. Louis. Can't buy good news like that. Sorry. Not betting UMass, but sure as hell can't. Sure as hell can't. Perkins hasn't missed a game. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't think he missed a game. I guess he tweaked his ankle in the last one, though. Okay. And he's also looked kind of ass this year anyway, so maybe it doesn't even fucking matter.
Okay. Yeah, we're good then.
We're also gonna have to talk about this.
Yeah.
I thought LJ Cryer has. I thought he was out for this game.
No,
it's looking like he's playing now.
Yeah.
Okay. So, have your thoughts changed in this TCU game tonight? Are you still in piss or what?
No, I'm not going anywhere near TCU today. I'll tell you that much. Especially even when, like, obviously, I think this is the best TCU team they've had in years, which is not saying too much, but they've played well in Waco. I think they've won, 2 of the last 3 matchups. You can fact check me on that. I'm not 100% sure. But this game, TCU, as well as they've played, and Baylor coming off of, again, like kind of the opposite in that Iowa State game, it looks a lot worse than it really was, which they weren't great for stretches of that game, but they certainly didn't get dominated the way the box score indicates. So the move from 5.5 to 6.5, I think this is kind of carbon copy of Kansas State last night, not in the sense of they're going to go out and win this game by a lot, but there's going to be 2 outcomes. They're going to get blown out by double digits, or they're going to win this game. I don't want to go anywhere near TCU today.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm pissed that Cryer's back.
I don't think it's that much of a big deal, to be honest with you. I think if it was Flagler in the situation, I would feel like it would influence the line a little more and influence my thoughts a little bit. But Cryer, I mean, he's a scorer for this team, but I don't think he's that significant of a difference.
Okay. All right. Jay came to win. I appreciate it, brother. Thanks for tailing.
Yeah. I think Mike might struggle today. I saw somebody say he's going to put up 20. I'm not a Mike Miles fan tonight.
Damn. Okay. John Big Nut Peters, you need a home dog that wins outright tonight. Go ahead and take Georgia Tech, brother. They're winning that goddamn game. LSU plus 10.5 was free. LMAO, thanks, Krabs. There he is again. My biggest fan, One Light Prince. Thanks for coming back, buddy. Appreciate the support. All right. Okay. I mean, you're not going to fade TCU, are you? You don't fade your own schools, do you? You're not like me.
Oh no, I do when it makes money. Certainly. I mean, we'll talk about this in a couple days, but you can be damn sure I'm going to have money against the Bucks come Sunday. But
shit.
Yeah, for sure. But this is I won't fade them just because I think that is part of the outcome is that they do just come out and just shut them down and win outright. But I think it's more likely that we see the opposite.
Okay. What about New Mexico State only getting 2.5 points? Losers of 4 of their last 5. Terrible against the spread this year. Haven't covered in a month. Against Stephen F. Austin, who's been red hot.
Yeah. I mean, they've been great. I won't say. I mean, they've been hot in terms of they're winning these games, they're covering a lot of these games, but really, regardless of how it's coming out, they are scraping by their teeth, whether they're on either side of the line. That's what Stephen F. Austin is doing. So I look at it with a little bit of a grain of salt. I think the move a little bit up to 2.5 is justified. So I don't have a strong lean in this game.
Okay. Yeah, I lean New Mexico State. But betting against Stephen F. Austin when they're home is ballsy.
It is certainly.
I don't even know if I have the balls to do it. Lockmouth, what's up, brother? Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. What about the Salukis? -1 at home against Drake. It'd be pretty disrespectful to fade Drake after them coming through for the boys the other week. But
yeah,
I wouldn't hate a look at the Salukis. I know Drake's coming off a loss, but Salukis at home. Call my name.
Yeah, this game's super interesting because, I mean, I was listening to something that they were talking about kind of Drake and how they historically play against SIU. It's really just always these low scoring slugfests, and they always cause the big, or in most cases, it's been Darnell Brody a lot of trouble. So this year, I guess it's more of the Tucker DeVries show. So if Darnell Brody cannot be the focal point and DeVries can kind of take over, they have a good shot to win this game. But the way that Drake is playing, I think, is very deceptive. I'd be much more willing to fade them if they weren't coming off of that loss to Missouri State, where they're in a very similar scenario. But I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked for them to come out and win this game. I think it's going to be a gritty, ugly game. I wouldn't be mad at the under either. I don't know why it's getting hammered like it is on the splits right there either.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out the matchup history here. It looks like the Salukis have lost the last 5. Okay.
Yeah, because, I mean, Drake's been a different class. Most teams in the conference have been a different class than SIU for quite a few years.
That's true. Marcus Damask hasn't been this cracked out forever, right?
Yeah.
But I like Marcus Damask and SIU to get it done and break the streak at home tonight as a favorite. But maybe not enough to play it. If you're thinking Drake might pull that one out, I'll probably stay off. And the line did move from +1.5 to +1 there for Drake, so maybe it is good to stay off. But I lean the Salukis at home to end the streak.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at kind of the matchup history too, I mean, they're all pretty much low scoring, the last couple at least. But I mean, 2 of the last 3 have been decided by a bucket, so it's not like they've completely been outclassing SIU either. It's how these games go more times than not.
That is a very good point. That's a very good point. Okay. What about Texas Southern being a favorite against Grambling State tonight? I know Texas Southern is one of the better teams historically in this conference, and Grambling's kind of like the new shiny toy. Both teams are coming off a bunch of losses. Both teams have been playing like shit recently. Grambling got off to a hot start. Remember, they were getting AP votes. People forget.
Yeah.
Don't really know what was going on with that. But, I mean, they were okay, and they hung around and had some really good games early on in the season. But now they're struggling. Now they're playing like the team we all kind of expected. And now they got to go to Texas Southern, who's beaten them the last 4 times. A team with a terrible record as the favorite at home. So could this might be the Eastern Michigan spot, in my opinion.
It could be, because I think with Texas Southern, they always get, I guess, weird lines because they start out, their non-conference season 1-7 or whatever it may be, because they play a bunch of top teams. This year they did the same thing, but I think overall they're not as good as a team because even they're struggling against normal teams. I mean, sure, they went out there and got their ass kicked by Texas Tech, Houston, Auburn, all these teams, but also got killed by Samford. They lost a close one at home. The NCAT didn't play great against the Hampton team, who's terrible. Wichita State, even Southern, lost that game. They're not the same team. They don't have the same talent. They're tested, which is a big difference, but probably a little overvalued because they're supposed to be that team that runs the conference every year because they play those teams. They're not that team this year. So,
damn,
I'm down for a little fade the Eastern Michigan spot with this.
Wow. One. Okay. Well, I'm definitely not betting Texas Southern then. Holy shit. I'm staying far away. I don't like either of those teams, to be honest with you, but that game is on YouTube, so you can stream it easily tonight. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. All right. Damn, there's some serious ball sack states today. A lot of conference play. A lot of conference games today, which is good.
Here, Alabama A&M, Mississippi Valley State.
I'm looking at it right now. Sure.
Yeah.
You taking the points with Mississippi Valleys or what? Can you play?
If I ever take the points with Mississippi Valley, you got to find me because I'm kidnapped. I'm held at gunpoint.
All right. Let's talk about a real game then. How about that? Let's talk about Mizzou and Arkansas. This line reeks. It does. Arkansas, worst record. Arkansas, still ranked 13, but it's coming off a loss to LSU. I mean, LSU also up there for the Providence of the Year. Talk about ball bouncing their way.
Yeah.
Ball bounces their way too. Anyways, Arkansas, no Brazile, right? He's out for the year. And Nick Smith Jr. is out for tonight too. Not really sure why they're laying 7.5 to anyone, especially coming off a loss, especially against a Mizzou team who's been absolutely on fire and one of the coolest stories of the season with all these new pieces coming in, all the transfers coming in and fitting like a glove. All the best mid-majors in the country coming over to play for Mizzou, and it's working great. So I don't know what's going on here, why this spread is insanely fat, but I want in. Give me Arkansas. Buy bad news with their injuries. As you can see here, Mizzou is getting absolutely shit pumped with bets and handle, and the line hasn't moved an inch. What are you thinking?
100%. I think this is you're spot on. And this one, I don't know what your thoughts are, but this is one where I'm kind of considering the first half because I'm very scared of Meemaw coming in with the way that Mizzou goes on these little hot streaks shooting from three. Not they're just not good in general from three, but they go on just crazy streaks where they can't miss. And I'm scared of one of those coming in the second half. So I think this line is certainly very fat, but I probably will go with the first half.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I like first half, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I mean, do you think this is like a Boise type situation last night? I mean, that was a great first half spot. I thought this is more like a Kentucky spot where just the overall spread doesn't make sense and just don't overthink it, play the full game. But look how that turned out.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't have made a difference there, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I've seen a whole bunch of different things, so I don't have a problem. I think it's a decent look either way. I just want to go first half because I think at the 4.5, I think I saw, whatever it is, against a team who could come out and be cold from three, which would set them off a little bit.
It'd be nice.
I want to see it. I want to see it early, but I don't want to count it all game. And yes, every time we see a lot of people that say X team is a slow first half team, I'm going to take them live, I'm going to take a full spread. The opposite happens. So I'm glad we're hearing that.
John is an Arkansas fan, though, so we'll give him some credit.
We will. Yep, John controls his own, not just John.
Yeah. Also Evan.
Yeah. We got a couple.
Anthony Black legacy game, sure. It's gonna have to be him and Ricky.
Yeah.
So
it's a fact.
Okay. Or the Mitchell twins, Ollie's boys. They've been pretty ass. All right. Well, yeah, I like Arkansas. I don't want to talk about Providence and how they're in a sharp spot today. I'll leave it up to you if you want to. If not, we can move. Fuck them.
Yeah, they're in a pretty sharp spot. I'm not going anywhere near it. Just feels like the one time they're in a sharp spot, they're not going to come through, especially with UConn coming off of their first kind of human-looking performance all year. So I'll stay away, but it's Providence or nothing.
Yeah, there's no way in fuck that I am betting on that team.
Yeah, I can't do it.
But they are in a sharp spot today. I feel like they're never in sharp spots. I feel like the other team.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this will be a good test. John, I actually like Mikey Evers. He's actually pretty fucking normal. And
he's a goat.
Cool dude. Sam Howell legacy game. Is he starting now? Did they change their minds?
Yeah.
This is hilarious.
I was getting spammed in chat a little bit.
Is that happening? Can somebody confirm? Did they change their mind now after getting roasted for saying they're going to start Heineke and try to win this game, even though we're mathematically eliminated and should be trying to lose this game and see what we got with Sam Howell? Yeah, Ron Rivera is the worst.
Garbage.
I'm happy that people finally get to see it. I think Cam Newton being the GOAT kind of overshadowed that, and people just kept saying, well, he went to the Super Bowl one year. And he goes for it all the time. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fucking sick and tired of seeing Ron Rivera go for it. That shit never works.
I hate
and I'm tired of
terrible coach because he's such a great dude.
He is a great dude, and he cares about the team so much, just like Davey Martinez, the Nats manager. It's the same fucking thing. Great dude. The guy literally will go up on the presser and cry because he's so emotional and happy and sad about his players. He's awesome. Great human being. Shitty coach. Get him the fuck out of here. This is not a charity. Get the fuck out. Fire him yesterday. I don't care. That's awesome. You're a good guy. Bring in a bad guy who knows how to coach. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't care. Bring in the worst. Bring in the worst guy ever. Have him come in, coach. We win. I don't care. I'm not saying shit. All I care about is winning. Straight up. It is what it is. Sorry. At least I'm honest enough to say it. You know what I mean? Sean Payton to the Commanders. No fucking chance he's coming to DC. You think he's going to come to DC? Hilarious. Hilarious. He would never. Yeah, he's going to go to the Cowboys or the Rams if McVay retires. Yeah.
After
he's going to a real team.
Losing in Tampa in the wild card.
There you go.
That's what he's going to go.
100%. I swear to God, if we hire Jim Harbaugh, I'm done. If Jim Harbaugh is the next coach of the Commanders, I'm no longer a fan of the Commanders. I want that on record. Somebody can clip that if you want. If he's our next coach, I'm done. I'm out.
I don't blame you for that. I don't blame you for that at all.
It took that guy 10 years just for people to say he wasn't a shit coach at Michigan. They finally figured it out. Good for him. And he's leaving his team after the one successful year they've really had. So, Fruity, maybe I'll be rooting for Derek Carr and your Colts next year.
Yeah.
We'll both be in piss together. Okay. Holy smokes, man. All right, back to the games. Can we talk about the best game tonight? Lindenwood and Arkansas Little Rock.
Yeah, could.
Hey, don't let Little Rock get hot.
I literally look at Lindenwood and the total for their games, and I'm like, you know what? This is a terrible matchup for them. It's going to soar over. I never take it. And I saw a really good breakdown on it, and I'm really thinking about doing it this time. Tell you that much. This is I feel I do it every time. I don't want to be left out of it again. I'm going to do it. It's just pitiful transition defenses.
So you're actually going to play something in this game. You're not even
I'm actually going to do it because I've seen it. I've seen it unfold too many times. I have to get in on it because I've told myself that I like the angle of it every single time, and it's probably the matchup that is like the quintessential part of everything that I've looked at in their games. So I'm going to give my hand at it.
Damn, I didn't know we had Ron Rivera literally in chat. This guy is so pissed that we're shitting on Ron. Look, is Ron a good defensive coach? I'll be honest with you. We've had a good defense since he's been over here, but look at our fucking team. We're stacked. And to be honest with you, they probably should be performing better. And the fact that Jack Dust Up Del Rio and Ron Rivera, two ex-NFL linebackers, can't figure out how to make Jamin Davis, our first-round linebacker draft pick 2 years ago, can't make him good. And I will say he's getting a little bit better. But the bar was set at the fucking ground. He was so fucking bad the first year. How can two ex-NFL linebackers not figure out how to make our linebacking core not suck? I don't know. That tells me that he's not a good coach. He can't even coach people to play the position he played in the NFL. The fuck? And I also hated how he blamed everything on Carson Wentz in the beginning of the season. That was absolutely ridiculous. I guarantee you Ron is not involved at all in the offense. He probably just lets Scott Turner do his own thing, which is probably a good thing because Ron doesn't know about offense, but that's also an issue because Scott Turner sucks too. QB problem in the NFL. Yep.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yep. Not winning a championship with Michigan means he's a bad NFL candidate. Disagree. I just think he's a cornball. I don't like him. I don't like Harbaugh.
He lost to the greatest college football team of all time. So, I mean, you can't blame the guy this year, at least.
Yeah. And people are also saying he's not leaving Michigan. He's already came out and said, or there's already been reports coming out and saying that if he gets offered a job in the NFL, he's taking it. So, could be just Twitter talk, but
I believe it.
He's probably gone. Yeah, I could totally see it. Wentz literally got my Packers a playoff spot. Yeah, he did. All right. Hackett would be a nice fit for Washington. Sure. Daniel Jones is a Jimmy G that can run. Wow, that's some respect. Holy smokes. I pray every night before I go to bed that the Giants sign him to a long, lucrative deal. Every night. Every night. He's had a great year this year. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
He has. I'll give him that. We'll leave it at that. But I hope the Giants extend him. I'm not afraid of him one bit. I hope they extend him. All right. TCU Baylors.
Nope.
You don't want to even talk about it?
Yeah, we talked about it enough already. Okay. Not touching the frogs. Not doing it. I think there's a better game above that with Incarnate Word Corpus Christi.
Dude.
Goats.
What do you want to? You want to take the over in that? You want to take the over?
No, I don't. No. Incarnate Word is one of the few teams that they don't score enough against this type of scheme, these types of offenses and transition teams. So they're not a team I like target for overs. I'm laying the points with Corpus Christi though, because they're also one of the worst rebounding teams in the Southland. And if that's even in like non-conference, when you have matchups like that for Corpus Christi, it's a nightmare because they're probably the most, not even in rebounding, just fundamentally sound teams in the Southland. So I think they just go out and absolutely dominate this game. And I'll be keeping a really close eye on it because they also play this weekend back at Incarnate Word. So whatever happens here, and I think it's going to be a disgusting blowout. If that line is a little shorter when they go back to Incarnate Word, you can catch me on the other side.
Okay. The Word has treated us very well.
They have.
This season.
On the gridiron.
Hashtag the Word.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Damn, I didn't expect you to have a play on the Word game, but you are the Southland King. It makes sense, right? People keep asking about this UNC Wake Forest game, Jovan. Little 9 p.m. Eastern time game.
Yeah.
I don't know why UNC is laying 10.5 to anyone. This is Kentucky 2.0.
Yeah, this is the Kentucky game.
This is Kentucky 2.0.
Which I would like. I'm more on fraud watch for UNC than Kentucky, I would say. I think the disparity between them and the market and just public perception in general is a little wider in terms of what I like to bet against. So like this would be the one where I would say, okay, I'll go with the squared underdog, but I just hate that it happened yesterday. I hate that the LSU came out and cashed. I would have loved if Kentucky did it, not just because we took it, but to take Wake in this game. I just don't know if I can get myself to do it.
I want to take UNC.
I know you do. Yeah. I don't think they're good. And like, I don't think you do either, which is why it's such a weird spread to hang this low. But yeah, situationally, it sucks. If it was in a better situational spot, I would take it. I'll take
this. Is literally the exact scenario from the Kentucky game last night where it's overrated team at home, right? Big name team at home, laying way too many points against.
Yeah.
You could say lucky, you could say overperforming, you could say whatever you want, but Wake Forest has been playing out of their ass.
Yeah, and I mean, I 100% agree with this, which is giving me a little bit of hesitation, but every time I feel like you go with this, Baycott is going to dominate. He's going to go 20-20. He no-shows. So, like, can't exactly count on that either.
I mean, if Leaky Black's going to be on Appleby, I'm sorry. Like, who else can score on that team? I mean, look, I know I just watched Wake Forest versus VT, and they had literally might as well have been DoorDash drivers coming off the bench, banging threes left and right for them to win that game. It was absolutely 100%. Bullshit. 100%. It was absolutely bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, this total is 152, so somebody's got to do it.
Someone's putting up points. Yeah. For sure.
I wonder if there's any lines for this up yet, or prize pick squares up for this game yet.
Take a peek.
Got a couple.
I'm surprised you're hopping off the UNC wagon after usually your bid is people don't want to go back to the same type play, right? And this is the same play as last night when people got burned.
I know I want to take it, but it's
now you can't.
North Carolina. That's what's taking me or giving me a little hesitation. If it was just a normal team that's, underperforming and it wasn't a brand like a UNC or Kentucky, which these teams always have, the over the top perception, I would be 100% in.
Yeah. 100% in. Our guy B Morrow in chat. I mean, yeah, it's a nightmare matchup on paper.
100%. Yeah. Nightmare.
I mean, you could say relatively the same thing about Kentucky and Sheboy against LSU. I know KD's a beast.
Yeah.
He's a beast, but I mean, would you consider him a center or more of like a power forward type?
He's probably a little fourish, but I think he
Yeah.
plays big enough to kind of contend with him, which is
He's a beast. He's a
I don't
beast.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But look, Wake has been overperforming. I mean, Jovan, they just beat the best team in the ACC, the defending champs, VT.
Yeah.
They're coming off an outright win against the defending champs in the ACC, VT. So
Tell you what, I still might take it just because the matchup says what it is, but I expected Baycott to be a little higher than 11 rebounds.
okay, I don't know what he's been set at, so I don't know how weird it is.
Yeah, I know. Somebody let me know what his lines have been. I haven't been paying attention to that, but he has 13, 15, and 13 in 3 of his last 5. So a little interesting. Thought at least we'd see a 12, 12 and a half, like we see for Sheboy a little bit. Maybe not, but
okay,
strange a little bit.
Okay, I'm going to address the Sam Howell thing one more time because I don't know why people keep asking, but there's no reason not to play him. Obviously, I mean, we didn't draft him to just grab dick on the bench forever. We're eliminated. Let's see what he's got. He should be pretty electric on the grounds. I'll be honest with you, watching him try to throw the ball in preseason hurt my eyes. But it's been a while, so we'll see. Boost on FanDuel for UNC, Duke, and Baylor all to win. Sure.
Yeah, that ain't hitting. That is surely not hitting, and
Duke's
I hope which one blows it. But
no shit.
Yeah, but
it's going to be Duke though that blows that.
Maybe. Okay. I don't know.
A board, yes, I know that might be my POD, and I know Hovey was asking about that game earlier too. If that Georgia Tech line stays, I'm probably going to be nuking it, boys. Sorry, I don't have anything else I can do. Duke is blowing that shit like Alexis, Texas on New Year's.
Sure.
Yeah, you are a little too horny for 1:38 p.m. Eastern time, Corey, but you do you, brother. You do you. We've all been there. Okay. Let's finish up, Jovan. We got a couple more games, including the best team in the ACC we haven't even talked about yet, but let's go to Illinois and Northwestern first. I like Illinois. I mean, the line's moved fucking 5 points towards them. It keeps moving. Is anybody out for Northwestern?
There's got to be something.
Did anybody get ruled out for Northwestern? Does anybody know? Has anybody had too much time on their hands today and seen a tweet or something? Let me know. Duke also boosted on Caesars. Sure. I mean, it is Duke, guys. Like, let's.
They have another one.
It is Duke.
Duke, Oklahoma, and Michigan. Sure.
Maybe
it is Duke.
Big name, sketchy, good programs where the teams will go ghost mode. We're all 5 of those teams that were mentioned in those 2 boosts.
Yeah.
Pete Nance, good one, dude.
I can't get myself to play Illinois. I can't do it because if nobody's out, especially, that opener is way too crazy. And I know that Northwestern's been better, I guess, than expected in Illinois. I don't think they've won a conference game yet, but I don't know if I can get myself to do it. Especially, I mean, they're getting hammered, which is why that line is moving. If there's no injury, I'm staying far away.
Okay. I like Illinois. TBD if I'm going to play them. If I do, I'm going to have to eat the juice and play the ML, unfortunately. But I like Illinois. I think Illinois is a better team. And I think they've been underperforming. I think they get back on track today. And that line flip is something. With how good Northwestern's looked, I know they're coming off a loss, but with how good Northwestern's looked, I mean, come on. Illinois hasn't won a meaningful game yet.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
LMNG, you tell her to Google it. Tell her to Google it. See what happens. Oklahoma is the play. God, I hope the public doesn't love Oklahoma so much today. Oh, God.
We'll find out. Look at Shelly in chat.
There he is.
Tell me how last night went. We need to know. People need to know.
Ooh. Shelly getting some action last night or something?
I mean, rumor has it.
Shelly, are you getting ass, bro? Let me know. Let me know in chat. All right. Clemson VTs.
Yeah, I'm putting 5 units on it. I'm putting 5 units on the Chile.
Sure. That's what I'm talking about.
There we go.
That's what I'm talking about. That's heart.
That is heart.
That's heart. Let's get some W's in chat for Chile. He just lost his virginity. Attaboy, Chile. Boom. Dude hasn't sniffed the lab.
Hey, that's what we need.
You don't want what he's sniffing, bro. You leave that to rest. Okay. All right. Clemson VT. I hope to God VT gets back on track today. I'm seeing Couture and Rodney Rice both questionable to return, which probably means they're not playing, because every time I've heard that for any Hokies this year, they haven't played.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting them not to play. I really doubt Couture plays. Maybe we'll get a random Rodney Rice sighting. I don't think our coach is going to tell us when he's going to play. I think they're just going to pull him out of left field and put him out there. Why would they tell the public when our 4-star recruit's coming in and making his debut? They don't have to. They're not going to. So I'm capping this game as if they're not going to play, but I'm also going to wait till tip if I do play it. But I like my Hokies, man. Clemson's been on fire. They've been red hot. Don't let Clemson get hot. VT coming off of some bad L's, man. Some bad L's. 2 teams, 2 games they should have won. BC and Wake Forest. Brutal. And I think it's buying low on the Hoks, and I think it's selling high on Clemson here, man. And look, we've played PJ Hall a lot, and it's on paper, it's a bad matchup for us, right? We're small, and PJ Hall's a beast, but we beat him. We handle him. We've beaten them 4 out of the last 5. So, we've always dealt with the size differential, and we've figured out a way to stop them. And we've got, Poteet now. We can just throw out there an absolute behemoth of a body who sucks, but he's huge. So if we need a guy to go out there and get some fouls and play big, we have that guy. We can. So I like VT here a lot. And I might be playing them today, but I'm also biased. So I want your take.
I'm with you.
Padula should be able to run around and do whatever he wants.
Oh, absolutely.
Today. Absolutely. He should be able to do whatever the hell he wants today. And he's been playing like shit. I think it's a bounce back spot, buy low, sell high here. I like the Hokies tonight.
100%. And there's really, when it comes to Clemson on both sides of the ball, I mean, what do they do to beat you? They get hot from 3 or they get to the free throw line, which VT, fantastic matchup for them. They're a great 3-point defense. I think they're top 50 in the country last I looked. And then other than, PJ Hall may give them some mismatch issues where they have to foul, but other than that, they don't send many people to the free throw line either.
Well, we're coming off a game, Jovan, and we typically are very, very disciplined and smart. Shout out Mike Young, such a beast.
Yeah.
Although he's not good at mid-game adjustments, but the guy is a great game planner. I do wish he was better at mid-game adjustments, but that's okay. We're coming off a game, Jovan, where we fouled more than I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah.
The team was in absolute – I don't know if you ended up watching the end of it, but literally everyone was in foul trouble. Yeah. I guarantee you that's been a point of emphasis over the last couple of days, and I don't think that's going to happen again because that's not us. We haven't been playing like us. And I know there's no Couture. I get it. And, Couture, you can say what you want about him. I don't think he's, that great of a player, but, he's probably one of the leaders on that team. I mean, I know for a fact he is. So that's been kind of weird without him, but it's VT here. It's VT here. I kind of hope that Couture and Rodney don't play and the spread stays here. If it does, I'll be taking them. The line's moved from 6 to 6.5. I already like the move. So let's go Hoks. I think they get back on track.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think PJ Hall, I've been kind of eyeing his stuff too, because I think there is, regardless of how it plays out, he's going to have to
100%
team, and his numbers are a tick higher.
I mean, yeah, this is a PJ Hall game, right? They got to work the offense through him. He's the biggest guy on the court.
Yeah,
so
100%.
Okay, all right. What about DePaul and Butlers? You got any thoughts on that game?
No, I hate DePaul, but that money line split is one of the weirder ones I think I've seen on the board up there. We're seeing 53% of the money for whatever reason on DePaul money line.
That is weird as shit.
It makes absolutely no sense, but I've fully resigned myself from betting any DePaul games because I have no idea how to get a read on that team. Just can't do it.
Yeah, that's interesting, Jovan. I think it is right. Okay. Butler does own DePaul. They beat him every single year. They've always beaten them since I remember my first basketball game ever. DePaul owns them.
Yeah.
And I want no part in them moving from -9.5 to -8. I know they got back on track and got a big win against Georgetown the other night, but before that, I mean, that team forgot how to play basketball for a week, and I don't want anything to do with them.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I'm
All right. I got another late night game I like, though, and I think you probably know what it is.
Yeah.
I want to take Colorado State's. You got any opinions on this game?
I mean, this is one where I think you have to wait because Colorado State has a lot of injury concerns of guys possibly coming back or being held out or whatever. So I know the lines moved from 5.5 or 6, whatever it was at, down to this 4 number. So part of it could be because of that. But if it also had nothing to do and everybody's still out or whatever, I'd have to get in. But you have to wait. You have to wait and see who's playing in this game.
Who are you? Do you know who's supposed to be coming back today?
I can look. I don't know who's supposed to be coming back, but they're just absolutely ravaged by injuries. There's a bunch of guys I saw on the list.
And I know Isaiah Stevens is back now, which is huge for them.
Yeah, obviously. He's back.
Yeah. And he's coming off his best game of the season. So he had a double-double.
Yeah.
Is it Tavante Jackson?
He might be one of them. Yeah, there's a couple.
He's been playing too.
Yeah, I'll find it and then send it over to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking too.
But
that definitely scares me.
Yeah, keep an eye out.
Okay. Also, Illinois' Sky Clark is back tonight. Or not. Yeah, he missed one game, but he's back tonight.
Yeah,
so
he's all right.
That kind of sketches me out on Illinois too. That could be the line move as well, though, Jovan, by the way.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, that makes the line move more sense, and that makes me not want to take him anymore. Okay? Let's fucking go, Chelly. Let's fucking go. Awesome. Well, I'll probably be on Colorado State tonight, to be honest with you, but I'm definitely going to stay posted and wait, obviously. But we got plenty of CBB plays we like today. C-Lord's asking, do I bet totals much? Sometimes. If they're really weird, I will. But I try to focus on sides. To be honest, I personally prefer rooting for a team rather than both or neither. Maybe it's personal preference. I try to just stick with sides mainly. But Jovan's been coming to me with some totals recently, and when he has a good sell job, I usually tell.
Yeah. Right? You know what I'm taking today? I guess that's not even slightly related, but I was looking at it.
What do you got?
My one kind of non-CBB play I'm looking at is the Magic, especially now that looks like Shea is going to play. The Thunder coming off of that game last night where they dropped 150.
I know, I saw that.
Right, yeah, without Shea, and now he's coming back. I think it was -2 prior to the news, and I was already still going to play it if Shea wasn't in because of what they did last night without him in the lineup, and now looks like he's back, so that line has moved back to like -0.5 for the Magic, which I have absolutely no problem with after seeing what the Thunder did last night without him as part of the equation, beating one of the best teams, if not the best team in the East. So I will be looking against the Magic because the Magic have been really, really good until the last couple games where they've not covered 3 straight. So I'm taking a hard look at that. I want to see where the line's going to keep moving with Shea part of the equation.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can obviously get behind that.
Huge.
Yeah, DeGen's got boots on ground. That is huge. Go Magic, go.
Yeah.
Go Magic, go. Love it. Giddey looked like an all-star last night. He did.
Yeah.
He did. I actually watched some of that game last night. They were going off. My roommates kept asking, should we live on the Celtics over and over again? I don't think they ever did, but I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope not. But I'm with you on Orlando there. And especially with all the fucking Paulo Banchero is banned. This guy never comes through. All that talk this week. People acting like the guys forgot how to play basketball. Yeah, go ahead and give me Orlando.
Yeah,
I like it.
Magic -4 against the Lakers. We were on the other side of that game, so I wouldn't say they were sharp there. I feel we do pretty good with the Magic.
Jonathan Isaac should be back in the next decade or so. Yep.
Yeah,
so that's good. Good for you guys. Markelle Fultz, legacy game tonight.
Hey, it can certainly happen. I'd be down.
Okay. Awesome. Heat up to 7.5. You like any other NBA or NHL before we do squad rag?
Nothing really screaming at me as far as the NBA because I was so focused on that pick. But the NHL, there's only a couple games, but I will surely be keeping my eye on this Wild Lightning game because the Wild are favored with the Lightning. I know the Wild have not exactly been horrible themselves, but the Lightning have been absolutely unreal. And it looks like Gustafsson, I believe, is going to be in net for the Wild tonight. I don't know what the Lightning situation is. Probably could be Brian Elliott. I don't really know. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. I guess he played last night. It's probably Vasi. So Vasi starting against Gustafsson, and the Wild are still sitting minus 115. It's catching my eye a little bit.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we got some time for that, right?
Prize Picks Poppy will be there. And yeah, we got time for that.
Word. Elliott played last night for Vasi tonight. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot they played the Blackhawks last night. That's why I remembered last second. So yeah, if it's Vasi going as an underdog against the Wild, maybe might have to tap in.
Okay. Word. What CBB plays you want to put in?
It's a great question. What do you like? I want to pull it up.
I mean, I like Georgia Tech. I like the Elon pitch too. I could put that in there too. I like Arkansas. If you really like first half better, if you're confident, I'm totally down to tail the first half with you. I trust you. If you feel like that's the better play.
Yeah, I'm impartial. I mean, I like it more. It's not super, super strong now. But yeah, we can go Georgia Tech plus 6.5, Elon plus 10.5, the Arkansas, you can do minus 7.5. I would put the Magic in there, but that line is still probably going to move a couple points with Shea. The announcement coming there, so we'll wait, but I'll be on that.
When did that get announced?
Literally, like, what?
Like a couple minutes ago?
A couple minutes ago, yeah, literally.
Okay. I mean, the lines move quick. Like, we could put in Orlando money line, unless you really think. I mean, are you going to take Orlando money line anyways, or are you going to take the points once it settles?
I'm going to take the points once it settles.
Okay, so we got to wait then.
I'm gonna wait a bit because they'll probably. I mean, I can see them get down to like plus 2.
Okay.
Whatever, somewhere around there.
All right. Damn, Trent's smacking esports. Sure.
No.
All right. Well, we could just roll with those 3: Georgia Tech, Elon, and Arkansas. If you don't like anything else.
NC State in there.
I mean, yeah, I love NC State. I'm super down to put them in there too.
Tap it in.
All right. Where are they at right now?
5.
Play.
Yeah.
NC State plus 5. Sure. Damn, they already moved to 5 though. Whatever.
Well, it was 5.5. Quite a few places. I don't know if I put it down here, but yeah, right on the ticker. When I looked at FanDuel earlier, it was 5.5.
So you think it's coming back down now?
I
5 and 4.5. Yeah,
okay. I would hope.
Okay.
Let's see what it is on
awesome.
Yeah, it's 4.5 on FanDuel now. So it's good.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Well, do we want to roll with these 4 plays?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Let's fire it up. We got Georgia Tech plus 6.5. We got Elon plus 10.5. Disgusting. We got Arkansas minus 7.5. We got NC State plus 5. All right. Corey, I'll be honest. Tonight's the first time I've seen Providence as the sharp side in the last 2 years. I think they're about to lose. I'm with you, Jovan, on that. I think they're just a flipped team. I'm not betting it. I'm not fading them. I'm not betting on them. I'm not touching shit, but I'm very curious to see how that game plays out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say they're getting smacked, but I mean, like it just seems too perfect that they're in a spot against a UConn team coming off a loss. You look human for the first time, and they're in a sharp spot for the first time ever. It would be such a Providence thing for them to come out and lose this game by 20.
Yeah. Agreed. Guys, go vote in the poll. Go, 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 go. Go vote. Show some heart. All right. I am voting for Georgia Tech, but I like all these plays a lot. I'm probably going to be on all 4 of these plays, plus VT probably. Maybe a couple others too. Colorado State potentially.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, maybe, but I don't know how I'm feeling about that anymore. And then maybe some Orlando Magic in the NBAs, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, go vote. Go, 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 go. Go vote. All right. Georgia Tech is running away with it.
Goats.
You could only send, let's say you were locked up in the same cell that Brittany Griner was in Russia, and you had to hit one bet to get out. What would you take today? Put yourself in her shoes. Pretend like you're there. Close your eyes.
I would say once the line settles, it would be the Magic.
Okay. All right. Well, Georgia Tech just absolutely ran away with it for the squad ride. And guys, we are 30-18 on squad rides. I'm no mathematician, but that's pretty good. Now we are coming off a loss. I want to finish the week strong, right? I want to rip off some wins before we get to the weekends. It's Georgia Tech. System play. Do not overthink. Do not. Okay? They get it done tonight behind Miles Kelly. Absolute legacy performance. The kid's been balling. The sophomore from Georgia, all right? The local kid, he's been balling for his team. He's coming off of a 20-piece. He's coming off of a 17-piece, all right? And I don't think there's a play on the college basketball slate today that's getting absolutely shit-pumped and hammered more than the other side in this game in Miami. And the line's still there. We're seeing it here around 7. 79% of bets, 83% of handle on Miami, 97% of handle on the Miami ML. And that line ain't really fucking moving. Okay, if it moves a half point, it moves a half point. I don't give a hoot. All right. Georgia Tech gets it done at home. System play, home team with a winning record between +3 and +9 against a ranked team. They get it done. They cover. Don't be shocked to see us not need the points.
Let's get it out.
Don't be shocked.
Shady B, absolutely crazy in chats too. That's wild.
Yeah, I don't even know it. Do I even want to see it?
It's crazy. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Wild.
Unbelievable. I suggest leaving the Georgia Tech game alone. It's literally too many people's PODs. Who else has it for a POD, dude? Shit. Who else has it? Tell me.
I've seen it yet, but we'll see.
Yep. Either way, Georgia Tech is coming through for the boys tonight. All right, they get it done against Miami. Okay. It's low-key iCarly's POD. Sure. Love it. Let's get it low-key iCarly. Sure. Refs is on it too. Awesome. Good. 97% of handle on Miami. How could that make sense? Well, it's Miami, a ranked team against a terrible team, right? There's no way they lose. No chance.
No shot.
Money line should be safe.
Miami money line, Georgia -27 parlay.
Jovan, I'll leave this up to you.
No.
Yeah, Ty, I'm probably fading the Frogs tonight, brother. And I suggest you do it too. All right. Chat, happy Wednesday. All right, we're going to pass it over to Trent. He's going to hit a goddamn parlay, and we're going to see you back here same time tomorrow. All right, good luck tonight. We'll be seeing, and let's go get it, Georgia Tech. All right, don't let them get hot.